Hello and welcome to all you Capricorns out there. This is your monthly horoscope for October of 2022. A lot is happening. We have the eclipse happening, the Mercury direct, Mars retrograde, Jupiter retrograde. A very, very eventful month for you. Now, if you want to know a little bit more into detail, like what is this all about with this Mercury retrograde? What is this all about with this Mars retrograde? You can look at my channel, YouTube channel, and you find those videos there separately about these topics. And next week I'm going to make a separate video of the eclipse. But this video is for you out there who want to have an overview of the month of October. What is this all about? So it starts off really, really nice because there is the Mercury going direct again in a fellow earth sign of Virgo. And that is on the 2nd, 3rd of October already. So it's really at the beginning of the month in your 9th house. So this is really, really lovely because this Mercury retrograde was for you in Virgo like very nice energy flow. So there could be an epiphany, an understanding of the bigger picture, to say the least. And that is because you went on a travel or you're going to travel. Or it is because you studied something or restudying, or simply because you see things in a different way. And whenever our belief system changes, we can make very much realistically changes in our lives because we see things. And the 9th house has to do with the bigger picture. We see the bigger picture. So you could say, yeah, that's all a bit philosophical and so on, but that's not true because when things like that happen, we can make actions. Of course, we do whatever we want to do because these are energies, but we can make use of that and use our actions to change. Now, it's very common that when this, and a very nice energy I find, because in the beginning of the month we get epiphanies, and at the end of the month, we have all those retrogrades happening with Mars. So Mars is how you do things. It's normal that if you shift your mind, that you're going to do things differently. But first, we have that Mars retrograde around the end of the month, the 31st of October in Gemini. And that shows how you are going to do things differently when it comes to your day-to-day life, your day-to-day habits, your work, your health even, what you do to stay healthy. So that Mars retrograde is for a couple of months. So at the end of October up until like the midst of January. So that is a timing that you have to make those changes. Whatever it is that caused for you that epiphany and that understanding of the bigger picture. So for a lot of you, this is about work. This is about how you do your life on a day-to-day level. And you know, dear Capricorns, how important it is to make it more efficient so that you can have a healthy life and an easy life and a practical life. So yes, a very interesting energy here. But with the retrograde, it simply means a reassessment. So you will see the rewards there when Mars goes direct around the midst, you could say, of January. So you do have time to reinvent yourself when it considers your routines, your work, and your health. So a lot of that you could be revisiting, you could be fine-tuning, you could do a trial and error kind of thing. A lot of you are shifting work as well. So yes, all very interesting. Now Jupiter also goes retrograde in another sign. And that is around the 29th of October in your 3rd house. So it reminds of the energy around June of this, May, June of this year. It's a revisiting of that. Stuff that happened when it comes to your communication and when it comes to siblings, connections in the neighborhood, short trips. So you could be going back to a country that you already went to. There, or learning something, or you teaching, could be that as well. Whatever it is, it's about an expansion that didn't happen around May time, that has now an opportunity to restore that. and to make that happen, especially when Jupiter then goes out of Pisces and back into Aries, which will be the end of this year, like the 21st of December. So that is nice. Jupiter in your third house for learning, expanding the mind. So a lot for you is about expanding the mind, is about a better understanding of life. And that gives you more power and more knowledge. Knowledge is power, isn't it? And then last but not least, the eclipse is for you happening in the 11th house. So it's an eclipse on the 25th of October. It belongs to the Saros cycle 6 South, but more of that next week in a separate video. And it's happening around 2 degrees of Scorpio. So the Sun, the Moon, and Venus. Venus is with it as well. And the South Node, all in Scorpio. What does it mean? And especially in the 11th house. Now, a new moon is an ending and a new beginning. An eclipse is even a more emphasis on that. So there is like an ending of a cycle. It's very karmic, not only because of the South Node, but also because of Scorpio. So Scorpio is a lot about getting rid of the toxicity, getting rid of shadow, of hidden agendas and all of that. And it's in your sector of friends. So there could be some reveals there. Something that reveals that has to do with a dear friend. I say dear friend because it's Venus there. So it can mean also for you that there is a dying of the friendship, you could say, and something totally new, like a love relationship could come out of that, for sure. For some of you who are single and who have an eye on someone in their friend circle, this could definitely mean that transformation. So this has not so much to do with toxicity, but really about the change of that, of the identity of the relationship. So, but for others, it's about a change. It could be a change in the life of a friend, or indeed, because if it's not something that you don't know, because this is mostly a cycle of a long time. That you know a friend is really not good for you, and there is toxicity a little bit in it. Whether it is your, of course, it could be their attitude, could be your attitude, whatever it is. It's like there's no balance there. There's no 50-50 here. It could mean that you give like 90% and invest a lot in the relationship. You get crumbles back, and or the other way around. You are too much taxing on that relationship. So you're taking, and all of a sudden this person is saying, thank you very much, I'm gone here. I want to end this. So whatever it is, it has to do with ending of some sort of not healthiness here, and but also there could be something that is happening in your friend circle that is a little bit, that was hidden, that is a bit dramatic, and that also has to do with love, because of Venus there, and value that comes to the light now, and that prompts into the new beginning of how you're going to do that relationship or that social circle in the future. So, yeah, very interesting. Also, that could have to do with your goals. If you're saying, Veerle, nothing is happening in a friendship zone, it could happen to your goals as well. That an old goal needs to go. You know, I always talk about that that example of the ballerina. Maybe you are like 52 and you still have a goal to become prima ballerina. You know, you might be ending that that goal. I know it's a simplistic example, but you understand it quite well because of that, right? It's such a simple example. But things like that. So I really like this month for you. It's quite an eventful month for you, but not in the key areas of your life. So not too drastic, but still enough to keep it exciting. Having said that, thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Bye-bye.